CLB.
What up, words? Your boy Chuck Wick, aka Challz Brown, back again for another Talking Facts. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to get notified on all the upcoming episodes. All right, man, this one right here is touchy. It's touchy. But you know what I'm here to do? I'm here to talk about touchy subjects. I'm not scared to address issues that may or may not be very sensitive, but I do want to talk about it. All right, so Kwame Brown, the infamous Kwame Brown, who's been on a rampage recently, just boxing, battling, beating back everybody who ever said a disrespectful word to him. He been going at Gilbert Arenas. He been going at, who else was it, Charlemagne? Just a whole bunch of people. I think he's upset with Vlad and just mad at everybody because they've been talking about Stephen A. Smith. He just boxing back, fighting back everybody who got something to say about him. Sometimes he's right, sometimes he's wrong, sometimes he's right in the middle, sometimes he's indifferent, sometimes he's just out and out, just obnoxious. But I want to talk about it anyway. My man Kwame Brown. I feel like, let me just address Kwame Brown first. I feel like some of these fights Kwame takes on are ego-driven, right? And I feel like some of them, he has a very, very valid point. Some of these fights he takes on, a lot of people feel the same way, but they're scared to say it, especially stars, especially athletes, and especially prominent business people who have something to lose if they address these issues, right? But I also think that some of Kwame Brown's rants go in circles, and some that could be 15 minutes or be an hour and a half rant, and you check out about 30 minutes in, you're like, all right, bro, you know what I'm saying? I personally think he is I know it don't seem like it, but I think he's a humble man. I think that he went all these years without saying nothing because he's humble. But I think he feels backed into a corner, and I think he feels he needs to defend himself and defend people who think like him from people who don't. I believe he feels like he is a strong black Christian man that has to stand up for ideals that he was raised on, and he feels that our people are getting away from this, slipping away, and they are getting outside of what he feels his ancestors and his elders would be against, in a way, in my opinion. And I also feel that he feels he's unfairly judged and he's unfairly attacked by these critics, especially of his basketball career, right? And I also feel some of his teachings, I'm not going to say teaching, some of his beliefs, his belief system is ingrained from times where we weren't as elevated as we are right now, right? Things have changed. Even though the more things change, the more they stay the same. Some of these things have changed. Some of this stuff has become, we have elevated, right? For instance, like back in the day, you just get beaten with a switch, you get beaten with a extension cord, you get beat with a belt every time you act up, right? Hit you wherever, hit you however long it took to get you to cry, to get you to so-called seemingly understand what you did wrong, right? That's a different time. I don't think that works now. But at that time, that's what the punishment were. We used to beat each other. We would beat these kids, whip them bad, make them bleed. It was abuse, right? But it seemed like the only way to get a bad kid to act right, or to show a bad kid, quote unquote bad kid, punishment. Now we know, hopefully in 2026, you can't grab an extension cord. Do you understand the kind of psychological and physical damage an extension cord or a switch off of a tree? That's a whip, right? Your aunt, your grandmother, your mom make you go get a switch. And if you got a small switch, you go back and get a big switch, right? And we laugh and we think it's funny. It ain't funny. It ain't right. It ain't cool. That's not how you teach no kid. You can make a monster like that, but you can't make no really decent person. A person gonna be decent regardless, one way or the other. But the thing that's going to teach them to be decent is what you say to them, right? So I went a roundabout way to describe you how I feel Kwame Brown looks at a lot of situations, and I think that he looks at them from a old school point of view. In some ways, it's right, and in some ways, it's archaic, right? right? I'm just starting it off so in case you don't know where I stand on Kwame Brown. I think some of his stuff, some of his rhetoric is warranted. He's right on a lot of stuff. And a lot of stuff, if you are born in that era, you're going to agree. You're going to clap your hands, stomp your feet, and be like, yo, Kwame preaching, right? And in some areas, you're going to be like, bruh, it ain't like that. It never should have been like that. But it definitely ain't like that right now, right? And I'm going to start the conversation that we all here for is Kwame Brown calls out Dwayne Wade over his daughter honoring Kobe Bryant with the dress. She cut up his, I'm going to say she cut it up. I don't know what she did, but she had his jersey on and it was made to look like a dress. And I don't know what you think I'm going to say about it, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to say about it. First of all, I want to address the little girl. No one can take away your creativity to do what you want to do. But I kind of think that it's kind of seeking attention for yourself in the name of Kobe Bryant, right? That's just my opinion. I don't know if it's honoring him. I don't know. It's more about, let me put this up on my page or whatever, wherever it was, so I can get, whatever likes, whatever. It's almost, in my opinion, it's not about Kobe. It's about the little girl, right? Zaya, I believe the name is. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you want to do. But let's not pretend that this is a Kobe tribute, right? Let's not pretend it's a Kobe tribute. In my opinion, I know I have nothing against a little girl that used to be a little boy and they identified as a girl and they let her do whatever, right? I don't have nothing against someone believing that they are transgender, right? But I do have an issue with, we're taking everything and making it into something else, right? What Kwame Brown was saying, he said, I'm not going to disrespect the little girl, I'm going to disrespect, well, not disrespect, I'm going to speak to the father, who is Dwayne Wade. And he's saying that Dwayne Wade is letting the women run his house. He's letting the essence of Kobe Bryant be used as a clout chase. He's letting it, first of all, you can't tell these kids what they can and can't do. So that's not the point. What he's trying to say is, he's saying that he's trying to call out, in essence, Dwayne Wade's manhood. I don't agree with calling out anybody's manhood. I don't agree with that. Because nobody else is in your shoes. Nobody can tell you you're a man because you do X, Y, Z, right? Nobody can say, well, you're a man if you do this. You're not a man if you do that. That's not what this is about, right? If you're going to call a man out for something he doing himself personally and you disagree, then that's fine. But you can't call him out for what his kids do, right? That's like somebody's kid's not going to school, the parents get locked up. I don't agree with that. I know I missed mad days of school. My mom ain't know where I was. So for them to lock her up, it makes no sense. It never made any sense to me. So for Kwame Brown to be calling out Dwayne Wade saying, you're not man enough to handle your child. So what would you do, Kwame? Let's ask Kwame, what would he do if that was his son/daughter? First of all, I know he's going to say he wouldn't be in a dress. I know he's going to say that first, right? And I do agree. Some ages, they're too young to be trying to decide, I'm going to wear a dress, I'm going to be this and that, because I don't know if they know that yet, right? It's so many things pushed on kids at this age. All of this stuff can't make sense to them. So some of this stuff, they grasping at, and some of them think that's what it is, and then 2 years later, they turn back to whatever it was. So it's not, I am this forever and ever. No, it's not that. So until then, you wouldn't let your kid walk out into traffic, right? You wouldn't let your kid slice their wrist, so you're not going to let them do stuff that you can avoid them from making a rash decision, right? And I truly believe when kids are too young to process a sexual orientation, I don't think a kid knows what that is, right? I just don't. I don't think a kid knows what a sexual orientation is, let alone to be wearing dresses and things like that. That's something you start to attain. Even little girls, that's little girls all the way through. Right? What I'm saying is, even little girls that never feel like they're ever boys, you're still going to control what they wear, right? You want us to control little girls from wearing teeny, tiny shorts and crop tops with their boobs out. They're going to send you home from school for that, right? So you want us to dictate when the girl's acting too what? Too risque, when she's wearing too much, right? But God forbid you tell the little boy you can't wear a dress. right? You want us to be parents when it's just straight up one-on-one, right? But when it's like the lines are blurred and we start talking about LGBTQ, then you don't want us to parent. You want us to let the kid have all the freedom in the world to do whatever, right? To do anything they want. I don't agree with it. But at the end of the day, because I don't want my 8-year-old rolling up in school with a dress on, so all the kids are making fun of him. He's going to have it hard enough, right? He's already going to have enough trouble. As a parent, just like you wouldn't let that 8-year-old walk up in there with some booty shorts on, with her stomach out, with a crop top, like I said, with it rolled up and tied in a knot in the front, you're not going to let her wear that either. So as a parent, you should be controlling everything they wear, right? Everything. It shouldn't be, oh, I feel like a girl, so I want to... No, everything. You buy it. They wear it. End of story. It's not that hard. And I don't understand why that would make somebody upset. I'm a parent, bro. I'm not going to let you go out of here wearing the craziest stuff. You're going to wear your pajamas. You want to wear your costume from Halloween 7 days a week. No. We need to take advantage of being parents when they're young. Because when they get older, they're going to do all kind of stuff that you can't control, that they're going to regret. As they're young, we should be saying, okay, enough is enough. We're not doing that, Tommy, Billy, Mikey, whatever the name is going to be, right? But at the same time, I don't agree with Kwame coming at Dwayne Wade trying to tell him what he's doing in his household. Because first of all, every man got their own household. That ain't your household, right? That's not your household. So you're going to say, you're letting the women run the house. Well, what are you doing? What you got your wife in the closet? She can't come out till you say? Like, what's going on in your house? They got to do everything you say? You the supreme ruler, right? And what? They can't speak out. They can't take pictures. They can't do whatever. I don't understand. So some of Kwame's views I find a little archaic as well. Even though he does preach some very masculine stuff that we do need to hear, right? Sometimes, but it borderlines oppression. When you can oppress your house, you can oppress the people in your house, right? You can oppress the people in your house so much that when they get out, they go crazy. So I don't believe in this archaic mind state that you're just going to control this kid and take that dress off. You ain't wearing, like, yeah, I said you can control what they wear. But at the end of the day, if he's already given this girl the permission to wear this, who are you to say you can't, you're not man enough? Right? You're ruining Kobe's legacy. He's like, you're ruining Kobe's legacy. Kobe was a very masculine man. He believed in Christ. Right? Christ is love. I don't know what that was supposed to mean, but he's like, Kobe believed in Christ. He was a very strong man, and now you're going to discredit his legacy by letting this girl wear a dress. Like I said, if they're too young, I don't want to have them out here looking crazy, wearing anything crazy. I'm not going to have you wearing a football uniform to school with your cleats on every day because that's what you want to wear. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I'm going to control what you wear, but at the same time, once I give you the control, once I say, okay, enough is enough, you're old enough to decide to wear that dress. Who is he to come into my home and tell me I'm wrong? Who is he to say you ain't man enough in your home, right? You're letting your women run your house. Who is Kwame Brown to tell a man that has decided what's best for his home, his children? This man got several children, right? He got his own life. He got his own. He's saying that basically Gabrielle Union running that house, right? End of the day, a man should run his house. But if a man has decided what his battles are going to be, and if that's not going to be one of them, then you ain't got no right, Kwame Brown, to call him out and say anything to him because it's not your house. It ain't your wife. It ain't your kids. It's just that simple. So I stand on both sides of it. But at the end of the day, once that man decides that kid can wear whatever they want, it ain't nobody's business to try to come in and change it or call him out or say nothing to him. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is Kwame Brown right? Is he wrong? Is Kobe rolling in his grave? Is Dwayne Wade a sucker? You let me know what you think, man. Should little kids, 8, 9, 7-year-old kids be wearing dresses when they born as boys to school? Let me know what you think in the comments, man. CLBMG.com. Hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I will respond. Peace.